This is a tutorial, but it's one you could definitely join in and move with, especially if you're already kind of been doing Pilates for a while. Maybe this would be a nice warm-up to wake up your body. All you're going to need is a flex band, and we're going to start seated. So when you're seated, if you're kind of slumped in your low back, find something to get up onto. So a throw pillow, a cushion. I'm going to use this thingamajigger. And sit however is comfortable for you. You do not need to be cross-legged. Let's find your band and bring it behind your ribs. So right at the bottom of the pec line. Cross it in front. And then you can either hold the band between your forefinger and your thumb or ball it up. Elbows relaxed, shoulder blades relaxed, and just do a little hip movement here. And just start to connect to your sit bones. And find yourself right on top of your sit bones, and make sure your left and right side is equally weighted. So let's start with the lateral Pilates breath. As you inhale, try to expand the back and sides of your ribs. As you exhale, feel the ribs collapse. Keep with this breath. Now we're not using our core right now, so instead of breathing through your pursed lips, just try to breathe in and out through your nose, maybe to the count of 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep with this breath. I'm probably going to talk with my hands. So we cue this breath a lot because we tend as a society just to breathe into our chest. This breath is great for increasing anxiety and stress, which we need sometimes, but we don't need to be stuck here all the time. So this breath into the back and sides of your lungs, that cues your relaxation hormones. And then we also tend to cue this area breathing because we tend to be stuck in our lower ribs. So let's play with that. Pull a little bit extra with your right hand. Now breathe just into your left side. So breathing into just one side is great to help us kind of balance out muscle imbalances. So maybe if we have scoliosis or a C curve to one side, this can help open it up. Relaxing your shoulders, feeling your sit bones straight up and down. Now let's try that in the other side. So a little extra pull, hanging on with both sides, and breathing into that right side. This right lung is smaller than it's larger than your left, because that left side has to make room for your heart. One more breath here. We also breathe into our ribs a lot to kind of mobilize stuck places. So resetting, crossing your band in front again. And this is just in case the band breaks, it's going to go flying off to the side instead of hitting you in the face. Bring that left arm forward. Now can you breathe into your back right lung? So breathing just into that one side where the band is. 2 more breaths. And a lot of us tend to be a little tight here. So this helps mobilize that tight tissue. Other side, pulling with your right hand, bringing that band forward so there's extra tension in the back left side. And breathing into that back left side. And this could all be in through your nose and out through your nose, maybe to a count of 5. As we're mobilizing the ribs, little side note, keep pushing your nose into your skull, reaching the back of your head behind you. All right, go ahead and let that go. So that's that lateral Pilates breath. And then especially in traditional classes, you get a lot of this pursed lip exhale. That is intended to kind of wake up your deep pelvic floor. So if you take your fingertips to your low belly, I'm like 4 inches below my belly button, finding those sit bones straight up and down. Breathe, and then exhale through pursed lips. Keep with this, you're home alone in your living room. So this pursed lip exhale, you should ideally feel your low belly widen and kind of pull away from your fingertips. Let's breathe into your back of your lungs. And one more time. And I'll go more into this breath maybe next week or next month. But we want to tie that breath to movement. Bring your palms facing down. Exhale through your pursed lips. And draw your shoulder blades back. Inhale, elbows go forward. Exhale right before and through the movement. 2 more. Seeing if you can get a sense of the movements really coming from that low belly widening. Last breath here. Go ahead and let that relax. Let's easily transition onto your back. If you would like a head cushion, feel free to grab one. Just use your hands to ease yourself down. Just let your arms rest down by your sides. I'm going to bring mine out of the way though so you can see. Knees bent, feet just gently in line with your sit bones. Let's use our breath to come into your imprint. So that pursed lip exhale. As you flatten your low back into the mat, tilting your pelvis towards you. Let's use our legs just a bit today. Press down into your feet and reach your shins forward. Inhale, press down into your feet and pull your feet towards your bum to help you come into extension, rocking your pelvis away from you. So as we exhale, especially if we do that big exhale, can you maybe feel your sit bones drawing together? As you inhale and rock the pelvis back to neutral and maybe into extension, can you feel those sit bones naturally widen? It's another way we kind of play with our breath during movement class is when we're trying to kind of move the pelvic floor and the sacrum. The inhale would naturally drop your pelvic floor and widen your sit bones. And the exhale would naturally close your sit bones and draw your pelvic floor up and in. So as we extend or arch our back, we want to use the inhale to help facilitate the sit bones opening. And as we tilt our pelvis towards us, we want to use an exhale to facilitate those sit bones closing together and our pelvic floor lifting. Let this go for now. Again, I'll go into this a lot more next time. In the blog post, I talk about the ribs kind of controlling with the inhale and exhale. Let's find your hands spread wide right underneath your chest, your pecs. And just take a deep breath and feel your ribs expand. And exhale, feel your ribs close. Maybe noticing that your ribs kind of expand and roll back as you inhale. As you exhale, your ribs kind of roll down and close. 2 more breaths, maybe closing your eyes. Just sensing how the ribs open with your inhale and how they naturally close with your exhale. 1 more breath like this. So we can use this to help facilitate. So we want to extend or arch our back, we can inhale. And we want to close our ribs, we can exhale. Let's take your right hand behind your head, angle your elbow up a bit, find neutral pelvis, and then left hand onto your ribs. As you exhale, use your hand to close your rib cage even more and draw your ribs down towards your hips. Inhale into the back body, letting your ribs slightly come back up. And then exhale, feel your rib cage draw down and in, and I'm pushing with my hand to help that happen. You're welcome to stay here and feel that sensation, or we can use that to help move our spine. So nod your chin towards your chest. Exhale, push your rib cage down and in, and help that draw you up into your ab prep or your little sit up here. Neutral pelvis. Inhale, stay. Feel your rib open underneath your hand. Exhale, lengthen back down. Let's do that on the other side. So I'm right underneath my pec. I'm trying to get as many ribs as I can. And I'm just feeling my exhale, using my hand to give even more motion of that down and in. So getting a sense of how the exhale can knit our ribs together, help us maybe not pop our ribs. And if you want, you can take that into an exercise, a little ab prep. Drop your chin towards your chest. Exhale, push with your hand and feel your rib draw down towards your hip. Inhale, stay. And exhale, lengthening back down. Mindful of your neck and your shoulders. Bring your arms to the ceiling, palms face your knees. Take your arms overhead and onto the floor and let your ribs just go. Let your ribs pop. What we never do in class, basically. As you inhale, can you get a sense of your ribs extending the spine or helping you come into a back bend here? Then we can also use our breath to control our ribs. So start to inhale into the back of your ribs to sink your ribs into the mat more. Then as you exhale, find that last contraction of your ribs knitting together and drawing down. And feeling how the breath brought our ribs back into the mat. Soften your elbows to the ceiling so we can safely bring our arms up. Let's just do a little arm scissor. So using your breath to stabilize your ribs. Let's inhale, bring your right arm overhead and your left arm down towards your hip. Exhale, feel those ribs knit together as your arms float back up. Inhale into the back body to stabilize your ribs as your arms move. Exhale, ribs sink to bring your arms back up. Breath into the back body. Exhale, that knit together and draw down to bring your arms back up. Last time each side. Of course, feeling the motion from the back of your body. And then go ahead and let your arms rest down by your side or wherever is comfortable. So that pursed lip exhale isn't for life, it isn't for every Pilates move, but it is when we want to lift a lot of load. Let's take your fingertips onto your low belly and try that pursed lip exhale again. Hopefully you're feeling your low belly kind of widen and draw down away from your fingers. Inhale into the back body. Exhale through your pursed lips. If you want to try lifting a little bit of load, press into your left foot. Use that exhale to lift your right heel. Inhale. Use that exhale to lift that right leg all the way up to tabletop. Let's do a few toe taps. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, lift, 2, 3. Inhale into your back body. Exhale right before and through the lift of your leg. Let's go for one more. Really get a sense of that low belly widening from your exhale, and then that floats your leg back up so you can be stable and work less maybe in your hip flexor in this exercise. Let's even ourselves up. So press into your right foot. Use that exhale to lift your left heel. Slowly loading. Inhale. Exhale to lift that opposite leg up to tabletop. And a few toe taps. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, lift, 2, 3. Inhale into your back body. Exhale before and through the lift. One more time to stay even. And exhale, lift. Go ahead and set your foot down. Heel toe your feet wider than your hips, maybe to the outside of your mat. Let your pelvis just relax. Bring your arms maybe to a V, a T, or a goalpost. And let's do a little knee sway. So letting your knees drift to one side as you inhale. Exhale, widen across your low belly to bring your legs back through center. Inhale the other direction. Exhale right before and through the movement. Inhale into the back of the body to keep your ribs heavy. 2 more times. So kind of taking all these principles into a common movement we do in a lot of Pilates classes. And it feels good to do a knee sway. One more time each side. Use your knee sway to let you roll to one side. And gently come up to seated. So that was an overview of how we use breath during Pilates class. Hopefully you took away that we don't always need to be doing that pursed lip exhale, but it's helpful when we're really trying to move from our center. Until next time, breathing in through your nose, out through your nose, maybe to a count of 5.